truckers on the road, where the hell they learn to drive. Jive turkeys at my job, about to get a cool, cold, mean five. Should've took the day off, might slap my boss. My own damn kids pissing me off, as if I hadn't had enough. Chipotle, fuck my goddamn order up. I'm fed up, I'm fed up, I'm fed up. I feel like slapping a nigga today. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I feel like slapping a nigga today. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I feel like slapping a nigga today. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bartender, don't you see me waving you down? This guy came after me. I was here first, but you serving him round.
Wait. Hold on here. Is this the barbershop? Is this the barbershop?
Yes, the shop.
It's the barbershop.
Yes.
Wait, I mean, we can't talk street in the barbershop. Then where can we talk street? We can't talk street nowhere else. You know, this ain't nothing but healthy conversation. That's all
You
right.
gotta tell who's the pop down.
It ain't nobody exempt in the barbershop. You know that. Ain't nobody exempt. You can talk about whoever and whatever, whenever you want to in the barbershop.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the news that fits some losing shit. A stupid myth, you choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
What's going on, man? It is so good to be here. Another day in the house that BMU built, guys. It's a lovely day, man. I'm so glad and proud to be here. And man, I just want to say what's up. What's up? It's Friday. It's Friday. Yeah, put a 1 in the chat if you've had a good week. If you had a good week, put a 1 in the chat. Tonight, we got open mic. Open mic. Anybody that want to come up here and have any discussion, just shut up. Can't you see the men are talking? Yeah, so men, if you got anything you want to talk about, anything in the news, you will not be judged on anything you want to talk about. You want to talk about women, you want to talk about anything. You want to talk about the government, you want to talk about who built the pyramids tonight, damn it. Come up here and let's have a conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, I got a magic trick for you. I got my partner in crime here tonight, the very voice of YouTube himself. Lost in translation is he in the building tonight. What's going on, my brother?
Hey, what's happening, man? What's popping?
What's popping, man? What's popping, brother? How was your day today, man?
Oh, man, it was good, man. It was real good today. I can't complain, man.
Absolutely, man. I agree. Can you hear me good, man?
Oh, I can.
All right,
you
man.
need your
So
headsets
listen,
on, man. You need your headsets on, man.
I mean, I got these.
Oh, you got the monitors in. Okay, that's good.
Yeah. But yeah, I just want to open the floor up tonight, man, to a lot of to the people out there, man, that's the unheard, right? The unheard men who don't get heard, and who sit at home sleeping with the oppressor.
I know at least one who ain't.
Man, Lost, you had a really good show last night, man. I replayed it today. Did you get a chance to see it?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, man, it was really good. It was really good. Okay, I just put it in the chat. Yeah, if you guys want to join the panel, the link is in the chat right now. Oh, okay.
There you go.
But yeah, guys, now Lost, what's been going on in your life, man? What you been seeing around the corner, around the block that made you get shot?
Listen. Listen, man, I was just, flipping channels before we came on, and I couldn't help but notice Tasha K was talking about one Jada Pinkett Smith and one Will Smith.
Yeah, they're getting a divorce.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and play a little something for Mr. Willie. You know what I'm saying? To make sure we get him straight,
Yeah. You go first. I'll go.
First,
I'll go after.
giving honor to God.
Talk.
To the pastor, saints, and friends.
Yeah.
We come together to rejoice in the liberation of one young master.
Yes.
Lord, you know this man endured a lifetime of misery.
Yes.
His light was dimmed to the point of almost extinction. Lord, let me tell you something.
Yes.
You gave him the strength to carry on. But tonight, we lift our hands.
We lift our hands.
Praise for the freedom of one young Master Will Smith. May he go on and become a better man as a result. May he find a woman that will support him to help him become the man I know you want him to become. So with that, Lord, I say thank you. Thank you. Because I already know that your way is the best way.
Yes.
And all that foolishness has been set aside. They say that narrow is the way.
Yeah.
To his way. And I really do appreciate you for allowing young Master Will to atone for his behavior and come back into the grace of the fold. We welcome young Master Will back to manhood. Once again, black man unfiltered is one.
Father, we come to you tonight with our heads bowed and our eyes closed. Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for giving Will Smith the wisdom and the knowledge and the understanding to know that you are God. God, we know that as you sit and look from the balconies of heaven, that you knew that Jada Pinkett was not the woman for real. But God, we know that you are Will in the middle of a wheel, and you're here to help Will. So will you stand in the gap for the Will Smith? Touch him, lead him as he goes through this divorce. Pay all the money to these lawyers, because Lord, we know that Jada's going to try to take everything from this man. She no longer has Red Table Talk. She no longer has Gotham. She no longer has Matrix. She no longer has Different World. She no longer has Jason's Lyrics. She don't have anything, Lord. So we ask that she don't let her be too hard on Will. Lord, we ask that you bring Will and Chris Rock back together.
Yes, Lord.
Because of her, he slapped the man and became a man that was discarded by everyone. And so we ask you, Lord, that you come in and bless him and understand for the men who are listening that these hoes, they ain't loyal.
Well,
In the mighty majesty and beautiful name of the Lord we pray. Amen.
amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
All right. So, guys, welcome to the show tonight. We just had to have that moment, that segment for Will Smith, because he's divorcing the witch. And so we definitely had to put some funk on it tonight. Guys, if you want to come up, the link is at the top of the chat, man. We would love to have you on the show tonight. Turn on your camera and come on up. All right. We got a super chat right now, right in here. Curtis Moore, 1999, man. Thank you so much, Curtis Moore. I appreciate you, my brother. He said, happy Friday, BMU Network and chat. Hit the like button on the way in, guys. Donate through Cash App or Super Chat to support the network. Any blessing would be appreciated. And not only did he say it, but he showed you guys how to do it. Thank you so much, Curtis Moore, for the 1999 Super Chat, man. You always a big supporter. And for so far tonight, you are the sponsor of this show. So thank you so much, Curtis, man. Show up and show out like you always do, my brother. And thank you for being a moderator in this on this network as well, man. All right. Appreciate you, Doc. So let's see.
Keeping in theme. Let's drop Bishop on him, man.
Bishop? Okay.
All right. Everybody look at the hype man. Look at the hype man. Watch the hype man, man.
It's clever, baby. I'm in this bitch with AJ. In the club, jumping up and down like it's payday. Party all night. Shout out to my nigga, baby. Yeah, that's my DJ. That's my DJ. Nigga, I've been rolling like a Mack truck. Bam, 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 throw me back one. Don't step on my shoes, nigga, back up. But you fuck around and get your bitch snatched up. Yeah, they done let me in, they done let me through, yeah. Nigga, it's whatever you wanna do, yeah. Out of my head, chicken all night long. DJ running.
King Sean gone Barrington living all off. Yo, Mr. Levy, tell him something. Oh,
The yoke of the devil has been destroyed.
Fuck the frail shit.
cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it.
All right, man. Thank you so much, Curtis Moore. I appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you. I want to chop it up a little bit for you there, man. I appreciate that. Anybody else want to donate to the channel? Please do that. Don't tell me you love me. Show me you love me and the network. We do a lot of work over here, man. If you didn't get a chance to see Lost in Translation show last night, guys, please go back and watch it. Using children to keep the relationships together. Y'all go back and watch that show. It was from yesterday. Wednesday night sports show was on. Tuesday night flipping tables was amazing. All right, we had the Hebrew Israelites here on Tuesday night. It was amazing.
A powerful show.
Yeah, it was. Monday night we had Mr. Boomer, and tonight we got the Barbershop. All right. So if you want to come up, guys, hit the link. It's at the top of the chat. If you want to donate, you can also do a super chat, or you can send a Cash App and get me a cup of coffee in the morning because I got to be up extra early at my daughter's AAU game. All right. Let's see here. Okay, so I want to bring up something. Did you hear what Michelle Obama had to say about her husband again?
You know what? I try not to watch. What did she say this time?
They asked her, Michelle, why didn't you have a son? Or did you ever want a son? She said, no. I did not want a little Barack Obama running around.
Why?
She didn't give a reason.
Oh, we know why. Because they didn't have one on tap. That's why.
Exactly.
Did you hear what I said?
That's why.
I mean, why do you keep drilling your husband in the ground? I'm understand. I'm trying to understand. What's up, Finesse? Oh, I didn't even get the man. Let me talk to the chat. You know what? I'm sorry, y'all. Who we got in here? Hey, pronounce this.
Kayana Corner.
Okay, thank you. She said, "A.K.A. Melissa." Hey, Melissa, how you doing, Sugarfoot? We got Antoine in the building. What's going on? He said, "Greetings and salutations, everyone." My brother. All right, Braxton the Snake is in the building. We got M Music Man 1982 in the building.
That's right.
Night-ish is in the building, man. Night-ish, if you want to come up, you can definitely come up, man. The link is at the top of the chat.
It's always a pleasure.
Anybody is welcome to come up tonight. We got Curtis, and we got, let's see. We got Tommy B in the building. Tommy B, what's up, man? I know you probably gonna be up here in a minute. We got Finesse Visions in the building tonight. We got Sean Bolden. What's going on, Sean? You want to come up, man? You come on up as well.
It's been a while, brother.
All right, and then we got Mrs. Locks. That's my girl right there.
Yes, sir.
Mrs. Locks to smile. What's going on, Suge? It's good to see you, baby. All right. Now, anyway, so what are your thoughts, Lost in Translation? If you have a wife and your wife gets on a podcast and she says, I ain't want no son. I ain't want to let Barack Obama run around her.
And my whole thing is, why wouldn't you, man? You know, she was talking about the pressures of having a son to walk in her father's footsteps. Well, Trump was good enough to have a whole bunch of sons, wasn't he?
Oh, come on. I don't see that. I don't see his wife.
You mean to tell me the brothers ain't good enough to have a legacy? You know what I'm saying? She said it was a joke.
Now, Tommy, I will agree with you. It could be taken as a joke, but the world we live in today, perception is reality.
No,
like 2 months ago, she just said she didn't like that nigga. He was corny, and then she say this. So I think people are adding 2 and 2. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, I know all the donations coming in now, because if they don't, there's something wrong. Y'all ain't gonna believe who in the building tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one, the only. Hold on a minute. I got to get him ready. Get your
AARP.
One of the toughest things any man has ever done is turn down a nice piece of willing, steaming ass piece of pussy. Do is get into some nice, soft, pillowy piece of ass.
Ladies and gentlemen, our pain is in the building. What's going on, my guy?
Yeah, you guys are typecasting me, man. I'm being typecast.
Hey, if you're going to typecast, that's how you typecast. Huh?
What's going on, Tony? What's going on?
What's that in our pain, man? How you doing, brother?
Oh, man, hanging in there, man. Doing some chores around the house.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
I got my 200 steps in today, that's for sure.
I mean, real clear. Gotta move them hips.
Yeah. The wife was just in the background laughing at me. That's all she did.
Hey, you see what Finesse said? Your co-host, he said, "Pillowy is wild."
Hey, man, it just seemed to flow out the mouth, man. Just see the flow, man. You know,
pillowy.
If you're gonna describe it, that's how you describe it.
Pillowy. Oh,
hey, man, I thought I was on the road when I was describing that anatomy of affair with the chick going to France. I thought that was pretty good.
I was, man, listen. Another thing I want to bring up. How do you guys feel about H&M clothes? See, because B. Simone, B. Simone said that she looked at her finances, and her finances won't let her shop at Bloomingdale's anymore. Her finances would only allow her to go to H&M and buy clothes.
Well, she's always been an H&M type of girl. She just got her little, tax refund and went shopping for a little bit in Bloomingdale's, and she got walked right back there where she came from.
Yep.
Down at H&M.
She crying. I can't. I don't have no money.
But that's not the disingenuous part of it, though. I mean, I'm thinking either this was willful ignorance, but her girlfriend was just telling her that you fucked me over at my worst. And she come out with the story talking about she can't shop at Bloomingdale's anymore. You know what I'm saying? Is she hearing what this lady's telling her? And I don't, either. I'm saying this can't be that much of a disconnect. I mean, the lady's trying to tell her, listen, I'm talking to you. I'm being cool. I'm telling you what I went through. and 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 really, I'm trying to give you the extreme hint that you should have pulled me out of this shit.
Yep.
You know, and she just went off on her own little teary-eyed rant. That chick is she's a sociopath or some shit like that.
Hey, there you go. I agree.
That reminds me of K. Michelle up there crying and can on. You black men should just start making families.
That's it.
Yeah, man.
Bullshit, man. I'm sitting back here and said, what? With her tits all out in front of my man. And all I said, man, what's wrong with these chicks?
Yeah, if you have respect for his current girl now, you wouldn't be even dressed like that in front of him. Case in point, y'all need to go watch the show from last night. Because Lost in Translation broke it down last night. Like a transmission in a 67 Volkswagen.
Man, sometimes we got to break it down, but we got to have time to marinate on that thing.
Yeah.
So they'll slide them tricks right on in there, man.
It's getting worse.
Family.
It's getting worse and worse. I mean, the psychosis is getting worse. It really is. I think they all feel some collective shit train coming, and they can't quite tell if it's pointing towards them or not. You know what I'm saying? Because they see it coming. It looks like a light, but it's a train. There's a train coming.
I'm gonna pull something up real quick. Hold on.
Hey, that reminds me of what was that toilet joke? Was it Richard Pryor?
It might have been.
Career, I manifested it. I'm trying to manifest a husband. Ain't nothing wrong with a nigga with a 9 to 5. I get it. They work hard. I used to have a 9 to 5. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. You work hard, you have money. I get it. I need an entrepreneur. I need somebody that understands my mindset. Somebody that has the same lifestyle. It has nothing to do with money, everything to do with lifestyle. Okay? When I'm in the bed at 3 a.m. checking emails, what you doing, babe? Working. What you doing? Working. Okay, love you. You want to hop on a flight tomorrow? I have a meeting in out of town. You want to go? You got? Okay, let's go. Okay, you understand my life.
It's my finances.
Oh man,
like the budgeting. You see how I am nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that. We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M.
Yeah.
Man, but she's a 9 to 5 woman. Plus, she only bathes like twice a month, twice a week, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Isn't that the chick talk about I only bathe? I don't want to be in bed with you at 3 a.m. God damn it. I mean,
it's because our pain. That's not pillowy. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, she need to manifest.
I'm looking at her, man.
Manifest a bar of soap.
She need to manifest of Mr. Bubbles.
Manifest a douche with a battery on it.
Twinks that thing.
Tommy B.
What's that, Tommy B, man?
What's up, y'all? Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think it's deeper than that, and I think it's like. First, I'm getting sick of this generational wealth talk. 99% of you niggas ain't gonna have generational wealth, and number two is niggas open up a sole proprietorship and niggas act like they're a fucking CEO. Like I'm on YouTube and I've literally the statistics tell you that 80% of businesses fail.
Yeah.
But for some reason, YouTube got all of the successful businessmen. It's this mind state that if you aren't a businessman, you're a failure. If you aren't a quadruple millionaire, you're a failure. I've literally heard a nigga on here say 200,000 a year ain't shit.
Wow.
I'm just so sick of this mentality, and I damn near want to blame it on the men because I'm hearing men talk like this. No, listen to what I'm saying. I'm hearing men
I'm
talk
sorry.
like
I'm
this,
just
right?
shaking my head. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. So I think when women think they reach this level that even men are talking about, then they get this attitude. So like when they remember during the pandemic when they start selling on latch, oh, I'm a businesswoman now. Like I'm literally watching niggas on YouTube. Oh, you work a 9 to 5. So it's like this mentality, just like everybody thinks they're business, man. Everybody thinks that if you die and you ain't got a quadruple $1 billion, you're a failure. The most of you niggas is gonna leave your kids as a fucking house. That's it. Like that's just the reality of it. But when you hear people talk, bro, you would think that just all of these niggas is leaving their kids millions and they ain't never gonna have to work. And it's just for me, it gets frustrating because then you don't get to have real conversations. You're just talking about this fucking fake world that everybody wants to try to live in to look good. It's funny, I've never seen a nigga get on one of these panels and talk about how his business failed or how he's doing bad now. Or they never talk about the ups and downs of entrepreneurship. Because that's the real story. But you never hear them stories. All you hear about is, oh, I own, this business. It's like this shit's getting tired, bro.
I tell you what, you mentioned something about somebody leaving their kids a house. That shit is rare too.
Because it usually ain't paid off our pay. So shit, that's usually another bill for them.
Shoot.
They can't even leave the keys to Section 8 no more, man.
Oh yeah. Dang.
Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Ferg in the building.
Hey man, Coach
man?
Ferg. Hey dog, Coach Ferg I'm telling y'all, man, Coach Ferg done a lot in his life. And I got a video of Coach Ferg dancing, doing background dancing back in the day.
I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like fuck. Mustard on a beat, bro.
Y'all see Ferg back in the back, knocking out the white beat on?
Tell them breathe. Let them boys kill across the walk around like these.
Squeeze it out.
Somebody had on the wife beater.
Yeah. Oh, you ain't see yourself. Oh.
I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like fuck. Mustard on a beat, bro. He a freak though, man. Damn, call an ambulance. Tell them breathe. Let them boys kill across the walk around like these.
So he put the guy out with the white beater on. You went right to the white beater.
That was you in your teen years, boy. That was a nice little slim, dark skinned brother. Don't put that on me, man. He ain't light enough to be me, man. I would have been old El DeBarge or something,
El DeBarge. What fucking guy, man.
Now, I want you to do something for me, Coach Ferg, because we're in the barbershop. Man. I want you to do something for me.
What's up?
Can you tell me, as an old school guy, because you and Art Payne, Art Payne painted the Titanic, you're a little younger. I want to ask you, what is pillowy pussy?
You know what, man? I don't know, man. Hey, salute to the creator of that.
I guess get into some nice, soft, pillowy piece of ass.
Yeah, I find no shoot. Y'all, we trying to get the young guys to know BMU. The guys around your age and younger, they struggling with the pillow. They can't even land on the pillow. They crying about the pillow. Matter of fact, they crying on the pillow. They nobody give me no pillow.
What I do with it? What I do with it?
It's their fault. They know, man. My mama never been show me how to get on the pillow, and I can't find the pillow. Tommy know. You see, that's why he know his age group over like, oh, somebody please give me a pillow. Can I borrow your pillow? I'll share a pillow with you. Can we share a pillow?
Now, Coach Ferg, how can a woman manifest hey, Paul Bennett, get your ass up here. How can a woman manifest her husband but can't manifest her money?
You know what, man? Listen, man. I used to hear this from the old folk, man, and when I heard it the first time, I laughed at it, then it stuck with me.
Hold on. Paul Bennett was in that video too, but we'll get to him and go ahead.
No, some people sometimes we just do stuff ass backwards. You know what I'm saying? We just do and then we try to make sense of it, and it crumbles right in our face, and we'll still be like, I am still good. We'll fake it. But yeah, I don't trust nobody talking about they don't take baths. A woman that don't take baths, come on, man. Yeah, man. She ain't gonna manifest nothing but some old rash or something. Dude,
that pillow ain't soft, man. That pillow crunchy.
Got chip crumbs in it and donut crumbs. Nah, man, stuff. I mean, no, man. I don't know, man. She young too, young women. That's the problem. Man. We trying to self-correct each other, and they over there talking about, my funds.
What's that saying they say? The same ass you kick on the way up is the same ass you kiss on the way back down.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, and reality is coming too. They see it coming.
What's going on, Scam?
Dust as usual.
Yeah.
All 3 gallons. Nothing special.
Sam, Scam, you won't have to bring the dust, man. You grow a mustache and a beard, man. You can get your fool back.
Not interested.
Okay.
Oh, usually my beard's always the same style. So no, not interested in the Philadelphia beard.
Oh no, speaking on that,
I
I
was
don't know if
born in
y'all heard
Philly.
about this.
What's that?
Man, why they talking about when we get in the military and they make us shave, a lot of black dudes get bumps. So you end
Razor
up getting
bumps.
so you get a chick to where you don't have to shave. Bro,
Profile, yeah.
they trying to kick niggas out the military over there now.
It must be something recent because every time I go
Yeah,
to
no,
the
it's
base,
recent, yeah.
I went to the base today and the last couple of years, and I'm looking at them like, are you in the service, man? They on uniform. They got beards like our pain, man. I'm like,
I literally just read the article today. I sent it a fantastic in Madrid, but there, mind you, the enlisting numbers are low.
oh yeah, of
But
course.
but my problem with that
So,
is if them lighter complexion fellas, if that was an issue that they had to face, you think this shit would ever came up?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
You said
Yeah,
lighter.
in the military, it ain't like civilian life. You got to be in the military to understand it. I couldn't get a profile because my skin didn't rash up enough. But you can.
No, but I had one when I was in.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
And I
everybody.
still deal
I couldn't get none.
deal with that shit to this day. Like my shit, I never had an ingrown hair before I went to the military ever.
Did you?
I
Is
went there,
that
I
is that
never
on
used
your
razors.
disability? Did you try to file it?
Yeah, it's on my disability. But
Oh,
I never used a razor. I used to line my shit up with clippers. And then when I went to the military, they made me use the razor, and that was the first time I ever used a razor because we don't use razors. And to this day, I still get bumps all up under here, fucking ingrown hairs that hurt like a motherfucker, like all that shit.
ingrowns ain't no joke.
Nah, but a lot of like the white boys used to be kind of mad because we was able to grow beards and shit. Like you could even see in some of the comments I've seen on some of the videos about it, and they be in there high power pissed off about it.
Yeah, and that's they like a clean face. It is what it is. But I think brothers they'll shave it down a little bit. You can get away with it. I got away with it the whole time. Like I would shave on Monday and just let it grow to the end of the week and come back the next week, because it take about 4 or 5 days. And by that time, if you ain't really got no special duty or nothing, you can get away with it.
Yeah.
And keep listen, for the brothers that is, sometimes make sure you put alcohol on it after you shave. Alcohol closes them pores up. You got to clean it out.
Don't they got some shit though for for the brothers?
So
I know my uncle used to do that magic shade shit. Used to stink up the whole place.
First of all,
but you
that
gotta
shit
let it grow for a certain length for magic shade to even work.
Truth is,
and
they
that
don't
shit.
teach you how to
So
properly shave your face.
I tried to use that. It didn't work for me, but that shit literally smells like rotten eggs. Like
Yeah, it smells bad. I know.
Oh my God, it's bad.
No, I shave every 3 days, or like cut like some of my hair with. I use a straight edge now.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, straight edge is clean.
You stretch your skin when you shave, you don't get bumps.
Man, you know what, man? Maybe I'm white, man. Maybe I got some white shit in me, man. I could take a razor right now and shave my beard.
Everybody's different.
I just want to say pause, Arpain. You said maybe I
That's what I'm saying. I can scrape this shit like this. Hey, man, we going against the grade, man. I said, hey, man, I never get no bumps, nothing, man.
Yeah, everybody's
not
different.
white stuff in you or nothing.
Huh?
Then it's also how you shave and what you use, how you shave, and then everybody's different. It's a combo.
Yeah, I figured that out, and I'm glad too.
Yeah, because if your hair grow in a certain direction, if you go against the grain in a different direction, then all it's gonna do is make it go right back into the wrong way, and you're gonna have bumps. You're gonna be irritated.
So the problem with mine is because my hair is super coarse. I mean, like soon as my shit come out the hole, pause.
Y'all got that bro.
I caught myself being you. But now as soon as it come out the pore, my shit it's like this. So when I shave it, sometimes it misses the pore, so it just grows under the pore. Now I got the ingrown hair bump, and that shit is, man, it's just imagine just being able to touch the white meat all the time. Pause. All the time. Like, and that's basically what your hair is doing. So when you touch it, it's just hitting against, God damn, I can't even.
Our pain got me up here crying, boy. Our pain hearing everything tonight. God damn.
No, but this, hey man, JC, man, I got to get you back, man. I'm sorry, Tommy, man.
No, it's listen, I go through this all day with my best friend. This nigga, I
part of
can't
the
say
Paul-
shit around this nigga.
He's part of the Paul's Mafia.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Nah,
Paul's Mafias out there.
can't say
It's
shit
annoying.
around it.
To me, that shit is annoying.
It's
horrible.
It really is, man. It really is.
No,
it's
it
just,
ain't.
listen,
It ain't. We're living in a different time now.
Hey, we kill the kids. We don't give a fuck. Everybody get it.
Yeah, everybody.
It's horrible. Can't even have a regular sentence. Pause.
Okay, so hold on, Scam.
They real talking points be gay as shit, like the
Hold
man.
on, take pause out. Take pause out, and you get on here and say, "Yeah, y'all, tonight, man. Shit, I found some. I felt I was in the gym, man. It just felt like something was inside of me, just jabbing me, bro. Just over and over and over again. Niggas go and they gonna say if they take pause out in their mind, they gonna think it like nigga. You don't hear yourself talking?
No. So
I'm gonna tell you some of the funniest pauses ever, bro. That goddamn Cam and what's his name? Mace.
Mace.
Man,
did you see the last one?
niggas, bro.
BMU. Did you see the last one where she got him?
I'm trying to remember.
I forgot what he said, but it was a bad one. And she called him and he tried to like talk through it. It's like, no, nigga, it was a bad one. I forgot what he said.
That's a funny shit, man. It ain't going. That's pure internet shit right there, man. That's pure social media stuff right there.
Nah, that started before social media. That was
Man,
Dame Dash and them. Yeah, that was Harlem and them.
man.
That was Dame Dash and Rockefeller and them. They started that way back.
Oh man.
Yeah, we've been doing that since 2003. I was in the military. We was doing that 2003, 07.
Man, shit, man. Where I been, man? No, I must have been saying a whole bunch of fucked up shit. Nobody said that.
I think the internet, because when I was in there with some New York cats, so that's kind of how it got hip to us. But I think with the internet, everything spreads so much faster now, and everything is so mixed, so it kind of everything gets integrated like that real fast.
All right, so what's up with BMU? Just disappeared, man. Where's he go? Try to find some repertoire somewhere and come back.
Yeah, some repertoire.
Yeah, he got
Some accoutrement.
He ate too many pinto beans, so he got to go. His screen rattling. Then just call the fire department to his house.
I do have a question for y'all. Have you guys ever seen this content creator named Carmen JC?
Nah.
Man, she goes in, and she's the sister just goes in on the F shit in the black community. I mean, she just goes in on. And she got all kinds of receipts. And she's a young lady too, man. I don't know where she's from, but I just thought she just came on my feed, and you just really hear a sister, everybody's accountable. She don't care who you are. She's just all into. She's pretty good. Carmen,
check this out. I've never heard this perspective. I mean, kind of saying this in a way, but my boy Glasses Malone got a podcast called No Ceilings, right? And he made an interesting point. He said, if you think about it, we're the only community that's 100% American. What do you call it? God damn, what am I trying to say?
What you're talking about? American?
No. Our like our customs and stuff. God, what am I trying to say? Black. What do we end up say? The black something is
the culture.
Culture. Yeah, like culture. Everybody else's culture came from somebody else. Ours was completely stripped from us. We started from zero. This is why I always tell people, if you look at our culture, it mirrors America 100%. If you look at gangbanging, it's no different than how America runs the world. It's literally no different. If you look at our women, it's no different than the women that are here. And that's why I always had a problem with people when they're so hard on our community. And I'm like,
No,
nobody, hold on, listen.
I'm listening.
Nobody in this country has gone through what our people has went through. But yet, every single thing that we complain about in our community, you can find in somebody else's community. Every single thing.
Okay.
Well,
So if they're
that's
doing
part
it,
of what I was about to say.
so listen, if
Go ahead.
they're doing it and they went through, oh shit,
Tommy
my
got a
bad, I
phone
got a
call.
phone call. If they got people in their community doing it, and
Mm-hmm.
their people ain't went through half the shit we've been through, then it's why I look at a lot of people when they look at our community so hard, because I'm like, brother, if I can find this in other people's community and their people ain't had to go through half the shit we went through, why are we looking at ourselves? Because I tell people all the time, I think if you look at the shit that we went through as a community, and again, everybody acts like the shit's only happened one time. They've done this repeatedly to us, repeatedly, to see how, I ain't gonna lie to you, we should be more savages than we are in this motherfucker, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
We
but
should
that
be
ain't,
more savage than we actually are.
that ain't
I
our
actually
thing.
agree with that, to be honest.
But that's not
Oh,
our
I'm not
truth.
into black
Yeah,
anymore.
I think that's so. I mean, listen, when I hear you, but okay, go ahead, coach, because we're not saying because other people fucked up, we should be cool with fuck shit. I
No,
don't agree with that.
no, what Tommy's saying,
I know
what
what
are they
he's saying.
saying?
That's what
No,
it sounds like to me.
a part of it is black, and a part of it I don't agree with is this: black people ain't doing this. Look at the black man. Look at the black woman. And you really can go 4 blocks to the left and see the white people doing the same thing.
Okay, so listen.
No, hold on. When they say our culture, and they're just as Americanized. They're not wearing German and Scottish kilts. They're not speaking whatever. They have a customized, degenerate culture, and they're doing the same thing.
So
even the Hispanics that are Americanized are Americanized.
So what you're saying, we should excuse our fuck shit because everybody else is.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm
That's
saying
what
is,
you're saying. I mean,
no,
what else are we supposed to complain about? We're supposed to talk about
So let me
the
ask you
white
this.
man.
they're going to complain about
Hold on.
anything anyway.
Arpain,
That's the
hold on.
truth.
Wait. Hold on. Arpain, let me ask you this. If you see a kid fucking up in school, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, why is this kid fucking up in school?
Right.
And then you find out pops is selling dope, mom's is a hoe.
Yeah, okay.
Do you not have more grace for that child?
They don't. Tommy, they don't.
Hold on. Let him answer.
No, do I have? I mean, I lived around guys like that. I would understand that the fact that guys going through some shit, man. I lived in Harlem. I lived in the Bronx.
Okay, you're not answering my question.
The answer is when you say grace.
I can let me answer that.
No, I can answer it too. You can answer it after me. I can say
The
grace,
answer is no.
but I don't know what you mean by grace.
Yeah.
Like I should say, hey, this guy's his home life is all fucked up, so I'm gonna give him a pass to be because he's fucked up because of his home life. I don't know what we're saying.
This is my problem because
just say
we're
no.
human beings, right?
No. It depends on the circumstance.
Because this is what people need to understand. We're human beings. So if I put a human being in a situation where in that situation, 8 out of 10 human beings are going to come out fucked up.
Okay.
Why do you expect motherfuckers to be Superman and make the exception the rule?
No, I know. I hear what you're saying, but it all sounds like because I don't think that's where we are as a black community.
What?
I think we have a dividing line between people who are still in the victimization mode, and we have a whole bunch of successful black people out there who came from them fucked up roots. I mean, that's all I'm saying. I know you're going
the exception.
They're not the exceptions. They're not the exceptions.
Okay.
They are not the exception. That's the problem I'm having, man. Because we could fucking have a job.
So this the problem,
it's not.
If they weren't the exception, you wouldn't feel the way that you feel right now.
That's bullshit.
Yeah,
I feel the way I feel because I know it's not the exception.
Hold on, let me give you proof.
Okay.
How many times do y'all hear How many times do y'all hear successful white people complain about what trailer park people do?
They ignore their trailer trash. They don't absorb their trailer trash. They know
how many times do you hear successful white people sit here and complain about what trailer park white people do? You don't.
No, I don't. They
you
separate. No, I don't say no. That's not true at all. They don't sit down here. Nobody's complaining about the poor black. We're just saying that we could do better abroad.
Arcane, everybody that y'all describe are the poor blacks.
Hold on. All I'm just trying to say is this. You know, white people know how to separate themselves because they understand the dividing line. They don't like the trailer trash, and they talk about them more than anybody else.
Yes.
And they talk about trailer trash more than anybody else. I don't never go around calling white people white trash. White people do.
Point me to the podcast.
Point me to
the podcast where they're talking about every episode.
There are white dust panels, but they're complaining about just any damn thing.
Thank you.
But hold on, Tommy B. I get what you're saying, and it went right over their head, and they're doing the very thing.
Oh no, fuck you! I'm not going nobody's head, man.
Hear me out.
No, I just don't agree with that bullshit, man.
Arcane, this is what he's saying. This is what y'all do. Get on the internet and say, man, these kids out here, them young.
Nobody's saying these kids. Y'all say,
hold on. Let me finish.
Come on,
y'all gonna do it in 30 minutes.
Come on, let's elevate.
I'm gonna show you, and then you're gonna do it in 30 minutes. You go out here. These women out here, these kids out here.
God damn it.
See, I had 4 parents in my household, and I'm good. But Mark Wavion over there, how come he won't act like Business Suit Jenkins over here? Probably because he didn't have 4 parents in his household. That's the answer. But you skip that and you throw an expectation and start shaming and blaming it about what's wrong.
You know what the problem is with the black community in general?
All they're making excuses.
We have a diverse community.
Then you take your kids.
We have
down.
Having low expectations for ourselves. That's the biggest fucking problem. We have the curse of low expectations.
What are you talking about?
You know, I mean, that's what I'm telling you because that's how I look at it. And I hear what you're talking about. Nobody's listen.
I mean, would you like the correct answer?
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
Tommy, would you like the correct answer?
Go ahead, Loss.
The answer is because our downfall is entertainment to other people.
Gotcha.
That's the only difference.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because if they advertise, let's say, for instance, let's take the Chinese community. Okay, let's say that they advertise them always being, harassed by the police or thrown in jail or being baby daddies and baby mamas and that type of thing. They would be, the news. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying?
But
when what they did with us is they made us entertainment. So that's the reason why the world looks at us that way.
That's only surface level.
No, hold on. No, he's right. I 100% agree.
Part of it that I agree with, but it's surface level.
My problem with that is because I agree with you, right? Because that's the propaganda that they want to push out against us. Because if they wanted to, they could do that on their people and make their people look worse than us. 100%. So that's because, okay, like what R. Payne said, like we got plenty of people that's not like that, right? But we do not focus on them. If you hear black people talk hold on, wait a minute. If you hear black people talk today, you would think we were in the worst position we've ever been since we've been here. And if you look numbers wise, we're actually better.
So Tommy, that kills your argument. Listen, here's the problem.
No, he's talking about the conversation.
Hold on.
I get what he's saying.
Listen. I don't listen to y'all, right? Tommy, ask your question again so I can make sure that I give up part of the issue.
I said, if our people in this country have repeatedly been attacked by this government,
yes,
over and over and over again,
yes,
and we've had the results that we have,
yes.
How come I can find people who have not went through what our people have went through, which is documented? Ain't nobody in these United States has been repeatedly attacked by the government like we have.
Okay.
And they act in the exact same manner as some of our people.
That's
our people, what I think we would all agree with, is somewhat damaged. I'm not trying to play the victim.
Okay.
History is history.
I'm gonna say this, right? From our Payne's a little older than me, in-laws close in age, right? Most of everything we started in the projects. See, y'all crack every babies, y'all had it too easy coming out the gate.
Next question, please.
Hold on. No, and this is why I say the time, right? Everything that y'all saw happening to black people and black people happening to black people. Almost every community from 1988 to now, it's only been us fighting us, right? Us fighting us, right? Hold up. I never experienced what my grandparents experienced trying to walk through the normal streets and go to the downtown mall and go shopping and ride the road because they could possibly be handled by the others. Us, we've only been handling ourselves for the last 35 years. We policing ourselves in the most backwards way because one thing I do know that not a lot of brothers go inside the schools to help the brothers to say, hey, there's a better way than I did it. There's a better way. We try to connect to times where our ancestors, we never walked in their shoes. We never boycotted nothing. We spending all our money when they were making money. We have been fighting each other for the last 35 years. Now I'll say this, and our pain can probably attest. Everything he got, he had to work for. He had to make me understand that. When they presented it to me when I was in high school, they said, you have to get a high school diploma. Damn it, I'm getting a high school diploma. I wasn't looking at it like school ain't for everybody. Niggas is learning, white folk is learning, I'm gonna learn. They said, okay, 84, 85, go to college, Bill Cosby Show, HBCU enrollment, college enrollment, exploded. Dudes was going to the military, boom. What happened? As soon as we go be all we can be, they come back to our neighborhood, to our most vulnerable, the women and the children. They push these little things out there. More brothers started to get put on Ritalin. More brothers and sisters started getting put on some type of psychotropic medication. Parents, everybody was sort of caught up under that spell. And those kids who are now adults are looking at things that never experienced. Now, here's the thing. We own our degeneracy. We don't exclude it. Other races, they exclude it. That's why they push them back. They'll talk about them a little bit, and they'll be like, oh, but they ain't trying to say, hey, we gotta support them. They gonna get the support. I would say over the last 35 years, right? The brothers that I've seen sort of transition into the woman set, my feelings, everybody hurt my damn feelings. When you come into an age of understanding, you have to be willing to take a stance for yourself. You have to be willing to step away for a little while. You have to, because Tommy, like you said, you went to the military, and when you saw the other side of what you got out of, that turned on the light. And now you have a no-quit attitude. A lot of brothers and sisters who stay in that 10-mile radius at home, they feel like everything is giving up.
Hey,
well,
Tommy,
I got to be honest. Hold on, wait.
I said 30 minutes. He just did it just now. Just so
hold on. I got to be so. Coach Ferg, I'm gonna
just
be 100. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna be 100% honest with myself, right? I grew up, mom and dad. Pops didn't have me to where the only thing I saw was the hood. I went, what did they call it? Water skiing, boogie boarding. I went to the snow skiing. Like, I didn't have this. I ain't never had food stamps. I had family members that had it, and we bought them off of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell people, I'm a hood baby, but I don't have the story that these dudes have where they were so broke, the lights was off, and I don't have that story. So I can't use, and this is just me being honest. I wouldn't use myself as an example. And this is part of why I've come to this conclusion in my brain, because I understand the advantage that I had because of what I had, even though I luckily didn't fuck my opportunity up, because the way that I moved, I easily could have done it. But I was raised well, I would say. So
you
for
had
me,
two parents, Tommy. You had what a normal childhood should be within
but no, hold
community.
on. Deeper than that, Coach Ferg, I had two healthy parents. My mom and dad never took a drink or smoke while I was being raised. We didn't have the police at my house because everybody say the two-parent thing, but two parents can be toxic.
My
So it ain't
father
just
was
the
an
two
alcoholic
parents.
all my life.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
But there was some good in that though. We try to listen. One thing I learned when I started helping people is that I used to ask the people, have you ever asked your parents, have they experienced any trauma?
So
Because of some. Okay, go ahead, man.
No, I was gonna say because I was gonna answer that question. So my mom, her mom passed away at 7. When my mom was 7 from alcoholism. My grandma, I'm sorry, my great grandma, who had my grandmother that passed away at 7, was raped by a white man, killed them, and had to flee South Carolina to DC because they wanted to kill her. And so when I say this story, this is why I get so irritated with the whole we didn't go through or the victim Olympics and this, that, and the other, because I'm being raised by a mom who was raised by a grandmother that went through that. So now you're going to tell me that my mom wasn't affected by what my great grandmother went through, and that probably causing my grandmother to go through what she went through and her passing away while my mom was. And what I'm saying is, I'm not excluded. There's a lot of people with that story. So what I'm saying is, when people try to detach us from this stuff, yeah, I didn't walk down the street and had to cross the street because a white person coming down the street. But also 18 years, it was only 18 years before I was born that the civil rights thing was passed. 18, not 100, not 50, 18. And then while you were talking, Coach Ford, you literally explained how they came to us and drugged us. They gave us the Ritalin.
Hold up. They did what? They gave us the drug?
The Ritalin and stuff that you was
talking about. Hold up, Tommy. Hold up. However, a parent signs a kid up for that. A parent,
they don't know what they're doing.
You don't get it, Coach Bird. You're not getting it.
Coach Bird.
The he's getting it, man. You guys just it's
the parent has to consent to that.
I mean, it's just all fucking bullshit, man. We went through some shit, man. We can't keep going back to what was
Pain's doing it right now. I told you.
But you know how many brothers?
I was there. I was there. I was born in Jim Crow era.
Right.
I mean, you're gonna sit down here and tell me all this bullshit.
Listen, you know how many brothers back in the day? Listen, Tommy. That's always been.
I stepped in a room with 5 cousins, a cot, and a big fucking Irish setup, and we had to draw lots every fucking night who was gonna sleep out of wall where the roaches were coming out, man. I don't want to hear it, but we got to move past all of this shit, man. I mean, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying people have voice. You ask an average black person, when was the last time a white person come up face to face and said, "You nigga, motherfucker"? And very few black people have ever had that shit.
Ever. Yeah, because that's the only thing that's affected black people.
Man. We could just
that's the only thing in the world that's affected black people.
What I'm saying doesn't exclude people having hard times in their life.
Wait, Coach Ferg. And to answer his question, to answer your question, in 2009, my mom's car was spray painted with nigger.
Yeah, okay, that doesn't mean that I didn't say it never happened, Tommy. I didn't say it never happened. I didn't say it never happened. I'm saying how many people? I mean, is that the majority of black people see that, or is it a minority?
Because we delete ourselves. We shouldn't even be deleting ourselves. If they oppressed us so much,
I mean, come on, man.
We should never, brother. We should never delete each other. If they oppressed us so much, we couldn't own nothing. We couldn't do nothing. And now I only saw videos of what happened to the people before me.
LIT, you hear this?
Listen,
I'm paying attention, man.
So listen, it became a time. Because Tommy, I really
pass the mic in.
I really know.
Come here,
Scam. Okay. Go put your wig on, Scam.
And y'all walk right into it.
So I'm not hearing what you're saying, right? But
I ain't walking into nothing, man. I'm trying to elevate
you come from strong people. They didn't push their issues on you. You heard the stories as an adult. You didn't hear it from a kid. You didn't see certain things from those family members that they experienced. As you got older, now they telling you. See, what we've been doing, we've been pushing all the bullshit in front of everybody behind us. Look, see, people ain't shit. Life ain't gonna be shit. You ain't gotta do this. You ain't gotta listen. You ain't gotta do this. You have to. At some point, as a man and a brother in America, you have to push all that bullshit behind you and say, I have to go get what it takes to be a man and survive in America. I'm not going nowhere. I ainain't gonna let no 22-year-old, 42-year-old that don't know shit and trying to boss the shit, but he ain't learned how to put it together good yet. He don't know how to take it apart. He don't know how to fix it. I'm not saying that nothing ever happened, because it's always been single mothers in the community, always. But they were strong mothers. They put the child first. They showed up at the slow ass kid's school. They didn't let the kid run around outside without a belt on. Man, we could play outside from sun up to sundown back in the 80s.
Didn't you just complain about the parents being the ones put them on Ritalin, bro?
Yes, in the 90s. When the crack ever came, they started putting all our little dudes. They started putting all these little
talking about.
Being the
It
school.
was very simple what Tommy B said. And what he's trying to say.
Yes, and she'll sign him up.
It was very simple.
You know, if he don't come off the medication by a doctor, I used to see this.
The doctors are the ones putting them on it. What are you talking about?
Because they realize it's messing with their mind, and then they'll take themselves off of it, and they'll start smoking weed, and a lot of the girls start having
exactly.
So I've experienced this firsthand.
Trey Ferguson,
I'm talking about the last time. Like, no,
simple.
You can be better.
Let me ask you this question.
Going back to the beginning, it was something that was very simple that he was trying to.
Hold on, Scan. Coach Ferg, let me ask you this question. How many people in general, not just black people, go to the doctor and second guess them?
Me?
It's not a doctor. It's not a doctor. It's a school psychologist who looks like Becky.
So let me ask you a question then, Coach Ferg. How many people go?
No, don't do it.
That's you. What I'm asking you is, the majority of people, do you think they're going in there second guessing a psychiatrist who is a what? A doctor.
You know why they was doing? You know why they wasn't second guessing them? Because that's part of money too. That's part of money. Hold on. That's part of. Okay. I'm just telling you, they would do it.
The answer is not. It's not many. It's not many.
Coach, thank you. So, okay. So what I'm saying is, because let's just keep it solid. We had half the goddamn United States taking a shot, but they didn't know what the fuck was in it. And so what I'm saying is, again, you just admitted yourself. My bad, the kids going crazy. You just admitted yourself that they drugged us, and then you're blaming the parent. But again, most of us are doctor levels. So if the school say, "Hey, your kid has this, they need this," you're naturally going to say, "Hey, if this is going to make my kid better, okay, cool."
But
I'm trying to figure out what that disconnect is, because now that we got the internet, it's easy to say, "Oh, I'm a second guess." But before the internet, nobody wasn't second guessing doctors like that. We didn't know no better.
Hold up. Okay, so let's just go back to behavior. You think black kids was in school acting bad when they was real kids back in the day? Like, let's go back 10 years before you were born. You think black kids was going in school wilding out?
Yes.
It's psycho. Now you probably out of school district.
Yes.
Hold up, you probably get 4 or 5 young boys like that. But then hold up, then you can connect the trauma when they start going into the home life. Then you can see how the trauma evolved, right? So hold on. So in the last 25 years, being in the schools, right? And I learned this from people who was like, "Man, this ain't right. What they doing to our boys?" They would intentionally diagnose this young boy who probably just 8 years old, like we all, because 8 years old, we was outside though, Tommy. We was outside. The kids don't get outside. They ain't burning that energy. They ain't getting no vitamin D. So they sitting around at home all day because the adults are sitting at home. Everybody smoking weed around the kid. They cursing. This is what they do. So the kid come to school. He come to school. He's antsy. They used to force him to sort of to be in a box.
But that's not the generation. But Coach Ferg, that generation is way later. Because if you talking about the 80s and the 90s, we were still outside.
I mean, I'm talking about 35 and unders. Struggling. Well, struggling with emotion.
I might give you 25. 35, you still in the 90s.
35 and under. Still outside. That's a lot of brothers. Listen, Tommy, you got to remember, a lot of brothers got caught up in that time. So a lot of them are just recovering. A lot of them are just recovering their life.
Okay.
We lost family. We lost sons and daughters all through this time. Diddy came in that time. R. Kelly came in that time. Everybody trying to backdoor men. The brothers have came in this time. What I'm saying is a lot of this has come through that time. It has no reflection on a person from that time. when that drug hit our streets, everybody and their mama was running from it. And if they stayed in those cities, we see it across America from coast to coast. The people that got trapped in those cities, they're just now trying to recover. Those adults struggle with relationships, struggle with money, emotions, ready to fight, ready to wild out, they crash out. It's
That's
like nobody's getting nobody's getting along. Everybody's fighting.
But doesn't that make my point, Coach Ferg?
Yes.
I'm just saying,
Listen,
like that
it
kind of
makes our
everything you
point.
said.
I think that that's
It
the
makes our
average
point.
household.
Because my thing is, look,
I would just
this
hope
is my
that
thing.
going forward, the brothers and sisters can start building together.
Because
the
if you look at our
reality is
history,
ready to come. So
every time we got shit together, they've come and broke it the fuck up.
So
Every
you
single
mean
time.
tell me? So Tommy,
Black
you mean
people
tell
don't
me?
count that though. Black people don't count that, and they stop counting that, and then you get to where we at in this day and time, and now everybody looking around like this, like a fucking dummy.
Yes. And you tell me
Ladies and
the
gentlemen,
brothers
Rogan
and sisters that
to the show.
brothers and sisters that can argue me down and ready to fight me on YouTube, they ain't strong enough to face the world. That's all I'm saying. Face the world. It changes your life.
That was some Max bullshit, by the way.
Okay.
And you never did get to Tommy's original simple
over and let
point.
somebody say your feelings is hurt. I feel sorry for you.
Right.
And
Feelings
then,
don't. Right. You don't lie and say feelings don't even matter.
I understand our
it matters
pain.
to your
That's
parents.
bullshit.
I
That's it.
understand our
Your parents,
I understand
mama.
our pains, what our pain is trying to say. My problem with our pain is trying to say is that's living in the world as it should be, but it's not living in the world as it is. Just because you was able to do it doesn't mean everybody else can. I'm 6'4". What would I look at a nigga looking at me going, why you didn't make the NBA? I made the NBA. Nigga, it's 400 people make the NBA. Why you didn't make the NBA?
You're mischaracterizing where I'm coming from. I'm looking at the world as it is. I think you guys are looking at this fantasy world.
No,
man.
you missed Tommy B's original point. And Trey Ferg drug it all the way to Minnesota somewhere.
What point
The
did I
thing
make?
is this: two people, one person grows up and everything is cool.
No.
Got guidance, got resources, got whatever.
No.
Person over there grows up and it's freaking chaos. You can't.
Okay.
You're saying, is there a level of grace or understanding? Can we meet people where they at and understand? If this person grew up in reckless chaos, I can't just say, man, you're 22. A 22-year-old should be a man. How come you ain't got no job? Generational wealth.
No.
Start throwing this.
We don't move by this.
Understand.
Individual. Right?
But what y'all do is just say, you're supposed to just
that's
figure
not
it
what
out.
we do. No, that's just bullshit.
Then you take your own kids and you give them the real guidance. So if everybody doesn't need any guidance or anything,
it's not a good
why don't you
argument.
teach your own kids.
I've never talked to kids like I talk to
Really
adults,
not
ever.
even a good argument because it's not just one
Some of the adults are
who
not
had a bad life.
effed up for more years.
People who have a bad life, so we got to have the bigotry of low expectations for all the people who had a bad life.
No, I'm talking about realistic
So
expectations.
I can only give you grace, but I can't tell you how to get better.
Okay, Arpain, hear me out. I want you to come to the track tomorrow, and I want you to run just as fast as me then. No low expectations.
Oh man, you know, it's man. Come on, man. Why don't we have a real conversation? If there's a lot of kids, no.
Brother want to survive in the world. Stay strong.
That we got some of y'all who are holding other people accountable based off of this system, and some of you are holding your people accountable based off of what you what you accountable to the system, accountable to being something that this system would declare to be proper.
Look at the system. How you gonna hold them accountable to the system and it doesn't exist?
Chemical warfare right on your damn community, and you act like you don't see it, and the measure of this system is something to ascribe yourself to, as opposed to understanding that this is a tool
accountable
to utilize,
what?
not something to measure yourself by or to
Scam,
measure
saying
your
the same
people
thing.
by.
Chill.
It's something to utilize.
Oh, I just saw him throw a middle finger. I thought he was taking a shot at me.
You
I got dust.
No,
My bad. I got dust on PTSD.
You just be ready to respond. Just like
Nah, because I'm gonna keep it real. It sounds like the same bullshit I've been hearing black people do for a long time, and you're holding black people to some form of accountability toward this system. As if, you know what, make yourself viable for the same fucking system that'll also show you sporadically, you know what I'm saying, every other fucking 2 weeks how it hates you from childhood all the way up to adulthood. So what is the measure of America toward a black person that will put a black person and get this? I'm one of those children of the 80s that figured that found out that based off of the reading assessment test that they were actually trying to fit us for fucking prison right off the bat. You know what I mean? So what is the measurement that we holding toward black people as being accountable to this sick motherfucker in some way of fashion, as opposed to ourselves talking about a cultural measurement of us, our potential or whatever.
Let me ask
I'm tired of being held to America's standards. Fuck America and its mom.
America doesn't even have a standard, but they're still trying to hold them to a standard that doesn't even exist. I agree.
Hold on a second, y'all. But let me say this real quick. Statistically speaking, I just heard a man who works in psychology. I'm going to see if I think I posted the video. I think I put it on TikTok. And he said the reading of third grade boys, if they look at those boys and they can't read or they have trouble reading by the third grade, that's how they get their number for how many more prisons they need.
Yeah, prison bed. So that's it. So that what they're
if
saying
they can't read in third grade, we're already gonna have a bed for you, because we know if you're having trouble reading in third grade, you're gonna be in our prison.
Yeah, but the thing is, that means at third grade, you're no more closer to 18. You know what I'm saying? In third grade, they're saying that if you don't follow our stats and our protocol that we set at this level, you're not going to be able to grow into anything up until your graduation date. Something that will be able to avoid this. So this is a setting that they have here, right? This is an intention. I've always made note of the intention of these devils. Black people have always been waiting for them to hit us with something. The earlier generation, y'all always wait for the hit, and then y'all go, ooh, as opposed to look at their goddamn intention and declare them as being adversarial, if not enemious to us, right then and there. And that's how you set up your culture. That's how you set up your culture, your cultivation of your culture. That's part of the measurement of what you instill within your children, to let them know, look, yeah, get these grades, get this test and all that, but don't embody none of this shit, because they don't want you to make it from the jump, whether you got A's or not.
But it ain't, listen, see, this is okay. So, okay, what you're saying, I agree with, right? But here's the thing, though. See, here's the thing. And this is where I come from where I see it, right? I was born in America. I was born in a slave state. But also, nobody around me talked to me as if I was to be a slave forever. None of my parents, my grandparents, everybody was married, cousins. Nobody around me talked to me as if we were oppressed. Nobody. All the videos, when I started seeing videos of Dr. King and saw how they did, I felt like Malcolm X was my cousin and saw how they did him and Dr. King. I realized, like, I'm gonna take advantage of everything America got. I went through my teenage years. My father was struggling with alcohol. I made a decision. I ain't gonna be no heavy drinker. No. I was started having sex early as a teenager. I don't want to be a baby daddy. Survived that. Had friends becoming that. We all came from, most of my friends lived in the projects, and none of them ever said, man, life is fucked up. I ain't gonna never get out of that. Because as soon as they turned 18, they took the burden off their mama and they went out here and started living in the world. Been working, most of them been working since age 14. We didn't even have our parents sign us up for shit. We signed our own selves up. Be a line full of 200 black kids trying to get a job at 13, 14 with no parent supervision. Outside all day, no parent supervision. And we used to have these conversations because they was coming at us. This prison pipeline has been since I was probably 17. They used to tell us.
But why can you say America was fucked up and still had the intention and the motivation to achieve despite America? Ain't nobody saying America's too fucked up for us to make it. You just black people seem to stop telling themselves America is fucked up. These white people are fucked up. Everybody tends to like water their shit down, as this motherfucker can put all type of nefarious shit against us as a community. And because your individual self makes it through. Oh, okay, I can do it. Anybody else could do it. That's not it. That's not it.
So that's not how I operate. How I've always operated in my whole life is I've always helped other people come through behind me and with me. That's the only way I've ever done it. So when I'm connected to those people who were in this space of like life is crap, part of me, hey, you can do it despite that. And there are certain things you have to do along the way.
Right.
You have to become more knowledgeable about whatever it is. You have to not be afraid to step outside your comfort zone and learn and try new things. You've seen the worst of it already. You live in it. You see your family, you see your cousins, you see mom and dad, how they moving. So if you want that, you just have to understand and not run from your reality at that point and use that as motivation, because you're still going to meet people throughout your life.
Well said, Coach. That's all it is. Listen, if you made it, you could reach back with empathy and don't get in the hole with the people and say, hey, I'll reach down and help you out of the hole, man. And these are the things you have to do. And some of those things are going to be unpleasant. I mean, it's just simple as that, man. Nothing comes easy. Let me finish saying, listen, everybody else can have fucking soliloquies, right? This is how I look at it, right? So my point really is that, we just have these low expectations because people had bad lives. And if you look at a person with a bad life and you have a low expectation for them, guess what? They're going to meet it. They're going to meet it. And then my man was up here talking about, hey, listen, if America is all fucked up and we still have people who've made it, right? Then there's a pathway through even in the worst circumstances. Like, all I can say is my daughter called me up when she was in college and she had a trouble with this teacher, a white teacher, right? It wasn't even really a racial thing, but it was a white teacher. And she thought she should have did better on the test. I said, well, how did he ask you to answer the questions? She said, well, you sound like you on his side. I said, I don't even know this fucking guy. I said, I said, the point really is he's standing in the way of your success. If he wants you to answer questions in the way he wants to answer, just do the fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? And get the grades you need out of that class so you can move forward. That's what I told her. I didn't get down there and, woe is me and all this shit. He was standing in her way, and there's a way out. Just go ahead and do what you got to do. She understood that. It's a message.
That's a false equivalency, though. And
that is false equivalency.
Okay,
you don't like the argument, right?
No, that's not it. But go ahead.
Okay,
and it's not a false equivalency.
Let me
just yelled at everybody. He just came up here and yelled at everybody that my man Rogish came up here and said, fuck their system and all that, but I'm still sending my kid through school. You still have to buy the shit that they're telling you. But you still got to pass the grade.
No. You tell them.
I'm gonna let me do the super chat real quick.
Y'all do not prep black people the way that they supposed to be prepped for a place that fucking hates you. As a child, you know that this fucking place hates you, and then y'all act like your earlier generations try to act like it don't mean nothing. The people don't mean nothing. The fucking system,
motherfucker.
Rogish, hold on just a second. I got a super chat. So the super chat from Hink the Basement, $2. He said, Why is Mr. Payne on the thumbnail? All right, let's take a break real quick, and I'm gonna give him the nationwide super chat, man. We appreciate you, man. And everybody can take a break, go get him some water real quick while we play this, and then we'll get back to the conversation.
That nationwide is on your side. That's what it said. It just said nationwide. Look, y'all don't know that commercial. Your side. It said nationwide. Your side. That thing got in my spirit, Rafa boy. It said nationwide. On your side. And then I changed it. You know what I said? Jesus Christ is He's on my side.
He got an awful lot for that $2. He got an awful lot for that $2, man.
That's a powerful $2.
That's a powerful $2, man.
I ain't seen Heat in a while, man. I had to give him a long one. Heat, what's up?
Coach Ferg.
Oh, that pause.
So
Pause.
what I was gonna say, Coach Ferg, is
when nobody up here yelling, that's passion. When I hear black people going at black people, but y'all won't give a murderer half the flat that you will give to your goddamn people. Hey, I'm your huckleberry for real. I'm the one that was making note as a child what black people seemed like black people wasn't doing. Y'all wasn't judging America as harsh as it was for a little black kid to have to come up in some fucking crack infested shit and seeing his people turn into fucking zombies. Oh well, nope, you can make it. Just don't go that route. Like, wait a minute, why is it that that we got to put up with a government doing this against us when most black people is go along to get along? You don't want no goddamn vengeance. You don't want no revenge. These white people ain't your fucking enemies. America ain't your enemy. But yet your people must be beholden to the standards of a place that is showing them it fucking hates them. We're in the future now, and everything got cameras everywhere. And whenever some element of mortality ends up with you systematically, they still trying to validate it as if it's 1952. But are people supposed to be held to the standards of this place as if there is some quality standards, some quality principle with this motherfucker? Military and whatever.
There are no standards. I ain't seen one.
What my problem with a lot of this, Coach Ferg, is like, I think the part that we miss with a lot of this is everybody takes things differently. We all know you can have 5 kids and everybody reacts differently to a whooping. Like I said, my mom was raised, her mom was alcoholic. She literally, out of all of her siblings, was the only one that didn't drink. Everybody else drank. So what I'm saying is, she shows that coming out of that situation, yes, somebody can make it out. But what the rule is more people are going to end up going down that route than not. And so I think, like, even with myself, as I got older, I understood that my brain kind of operates differently than a lot of people. I have a strong brain. I don't have an addictive personality. So like with me, I used to smoke cigarettes. I just stopped like that. Just one day, just stopped. I can't now look at somebody else and go, I just stopped. Why can't you? You get what I'm saying? Like, because I can do it doesn't mean everybody else can. Now, does that mean I can't hope and wish for this person to get off because I want them to do better? Absolutely. But I can't look at myself and go, shit, I just one day said I didn't want to smoke no more and I just stopped. Why you can't do it? Same thing with drinking. One day I ain't want to drink no more. I just stopped. Why you can't do it? Because everybody ain't built the same mentally. So we've seen with families, I'll take my situation exactly. Me and my younger sister, 1 year apart, raised by the exact same parents. My sister ain't seen the street, been on the sidewalk her whole entire life, lived in the exact same neighborhood I went to. Probably have been to 2 funerals in her life, 3 maybe. I've been in double digits since I was a teenager. So I understand. I mean, listen, Muggsy Bogues made the NBA. That means there's a pathway for niggas that's 5'5" to make the NBA. But is it realistic? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I don't want to take the hope away from people because, like, that's why I say I agree with R-Pain. Like, I would never talk to people as if it's impossible. But at the same time, for me, it's hard for me not to take into account what people may have or are going through. And all of it isn't just necessarily the man coming from them, but a lot of it is the effects of what the man have maybe done to that family or to that lineage or whatever. And that's a lot of the situations that we see, especially growing up. Hell, even when we go back to talking about the crack, that shit didn't just happen to pop up in our hoods for no reason.
Right. But what I'm saying is, okay, so I guess I'm missing everything because what I'm saying is, does that give us an excuse? Because it seems like y'all saying most black people, modern, smart people today are going to be messed up. So am I hearing it like...
I'm not saying that.
He's talking about making
the metric of measure. What is the metric of measure for a quality production of oneself? You know what I'm saying? Within whatever social standards that there are or societal standards.
Hold on, let me answer.
There are no standards.
And hold on, and lost
There
in
you go.
translation kind
What we talking
of
about?
hold on. Lost in translation kind of explained it to me because most of us know that most people in the hood ain't hood boogers. Most people in the hood are 9 to 5 people that just go to work.
Just regular people.
Okay, the
It was
people that
always
stick
that
out.
way.
Okay, hold on. The people that stick out, because I tell people this all the way, the people that stick out are the people that are doing the wrong things. You walk by black people all day in the hood that ain't got nothing to do with the foolishness that goes in the hood. But it ain't gonna register in your head because they just doing normal shit. What's gonna pop out is, oh shit, that dude over there was shooting. That's gonna pop out in your head. And so going with what Law said is they kind of ingrain that into people's head as if that's everybody. So when you hear most people talk about the hood, you think everybody in the hood grew up in this rough and tough situation. Most people grew up in the hood don't even deal with the bullshit that the hood supposedly gives you. Most people
When we
normal
first
life
started
growing up.
evolving the neighborhood, the neighborhood was still connected. We just shortened up the motherfucking word like we do with any word. It was a black thing, right? It wasn't attested to no particular style or element, social element that was there.
So, but Tom, here's the thing though, and this is why again
the game was always present. The game was always present, and the shit didn't get exacerbated detrimentally until crack came in the picture. But the game was present.
We gotta let Tommy finish, y'all. We gotta let him finish his thought. Go ahead, Tommy.
No, I'm just saying. So what we end up doing is we just end up responding to the exaggerated versions of us, and we make that seem like it's the norm instead of knowing that most of us don't fit this criteria of what we're up here complaining about. That's why I made the thing of white people don't act like what they do in the trailer parks is the norm. That's the extreme of their people. And I think because of what Law said, because of entertainment, we make the minimum, and we act as if it's the
champion the worst of themselves, man. They don't champion it. I mean, we keep saying the same thing.
Y'all don't know anything about white people.
They don't champion the shit, man. Sexy, we had a fucking whore just win the
gospel. We have concerts for our degenerate behaviors.
She just won the
gospel. What is rock and roll? What are you talking about?
She just won the gospel.
You don't go. Wait. Hold on.
I don't listen to rock and roll.
I mean,
let me call fucking Cap.
We champion the
call fucking Cap.
Then a lot of people in the neighborhood don't champion their words. When y'all talk, y'all want people to be quiet, so y'all say all the shit y'all want to say. When you calling, you droning on.
I never got around to talk.
Man.
I'm just saying.
Everybody won't that way. Listen, you got a point. You made a point. And in the neighborhood, most people live in a bad neighborhood. They live in lives of quiet desperation. They can't say shit. They're under. It don't take 1 million people to destroy a neighborhood.
That's not fucking true, bro.
A lot of people, as soon as they make money, they get the fuck out. As soon as they can, they get out.
Absolutely. So but you acting like everybody in the hood is fucking prisoners.
Their kids growing up in an area where they don't know where there's gunshots and violence. And so
why does it feel so much safer in Pleasantville where you know you fucking hate it? Once you make it out the hood, and your place that you come up in is a place where you hear black people talking about you got to make it out of, and wherever you make it to is against is right where the motherfuckers that hate black people.
You finish when you're talking, but you ain't
right where they hate black people is where you make it to, and you're able to have this motherfucking
this say what they gotta say before you.
Y'all never let me talk, so I mean.
No, I'm offended, man. My name is fucking Black Supremacy, cuz. This is some real shit. Since motherfucking second grade, man, I ain't playing with this shit. I'm fucking offended. Whenever I hear black people come out their motherfucking side of their mouth, judging your people and not judging America, that will put your people in those type of standards and will do so from fucking elementary school all the way up into fucking, you know what I'm saying, and America still don't get judged? And we supposed to be giving up to some type of fucking stand for this place? Are you kidding me?
Not behead, motherfucker.
You saying all this shit? Are you moving on? You taking all the advantages you can of this fucked up country,
right?
Just like everybody else.
This ain't no fucking advantage. This motherfucker owns me, man. It owes me and mine. What the fuck you talking about? Take advantage. This shit owes us.
This fucked up country as you
I
can.
know that. Agreed.
I mean, it's just crazy, man. Everybody's saying this bullshit. You
This motherfucker owes us.
Hold on a second.
And because if you older generation, you might not want to fucking grasp onto that. This shit owes me.
Hold on a second, y'all.
Listen, I agree with that.
Can I get in, or I got to troll my way in as normal?
Don't troll. Don't troll.
Because I didn't get but 8 words, and they just started yelling.
Well, here's the thing: we got to know what we're yelling
passion,
about.
homie.
It's like when Tommy talks, he can't finish his thought, and then somebody else jump in, and it turns into something else. It's kind of hard to follow. So if when Tommy says, "Hey, I'm through. I'm landing my plane,"
can we put up a time clock?
Yeah, yeah.
Time clock?
Yeah, can I actually get it to start at 00 and
Go ahead. We starting at 0 with you. Come on, since you've been waiting the longest. Go ahead, man. And then after that, we got Rogish to get in. Come on.
It's a very simple thing.
Favorites. People
I believe, yeah, and I'm not one of them.
Okay, you've been up here the longest now.
I believe it's a very, very simple point. There's 2 dudes, they're 22. One of them tells you where they are, what they got going on. He might be good. He in college, he junior maybe, failed a couple classes, but he getting through it. And you see where he's prepared, what he's good at, and you just got him on through. Then you got this other dude who got 18 problems. And you find out how he grew up, and it's just a problem. And then one of his friends died last week. And he got a drinking problem, and he got an anger problem. You don't go to that person and say, man, how come you're not a CEO of Microsoft? You can do it because of black. No. You meet this person where they are. Some person might be a 7 trying to get to an 8, but you still got people who are 2s trying to get to a 3. Or somebody who's a 3 and in their mind they're a 1. They're just trying to make it to tomorrow. Meet them where they are. Understand that there's a reason why they are what they are. But you throw this outrageous, you a man, all that junk. All you do is push them on like, oh man, I can't even listen to these niggas. That's what it does. But have some grace on understanding that these people didn't have what you had. Y'all had 2, 3, 4 parents. Y'all grew up in a time with, because there was no such thing as heroin in the 60s, 70s. Everybody was perfect back then. They was perfect. Y'all grew up, everything was perfect. Your parents was perfect. So why don't you take some of your perfect and guide them all the way from A to Z versus just saying, hey, Kent, man, how come you ain't at Z? You black and I'm black. I think that's kind of what Tommy B was hinting to. And there's a lot of that happens in these panels and even in real life. And it makes people worse. There's 2 times you might see it. One time you'll see it, the people just nod their head, yup, I'm black, I got it. Then they go home and cry themselves to sleep because they know they're just trying to look good, but they go home and they realize they ain't nothing. And they can't do it. The other ones just throw middle fingers up at you and tell you ain't shit. And I hate these people and ain't nobody here to help me. And they actually got a good point. That's all I got.
Rogish, you next. And then our pain got it.
You hold, okay, put it like this. To hold standards, I see that as something that is subjective, but also objective. It's quite particular with black people though, because objectively, or should I say blackjectively, as a black child, let's say that you have some form of shrewdness to yourself, some form of awareness. You have to ask yourself, does this place hate me and my people? Why us to such a degree, right? You have to make note that the environment, not only because of potentially where your people fit in social relation to you, but also the social structure itself, the infrastructure itself, and the way that it is operated outside of your benefit. Let's say that that's still objective. It ain't objective when they could tell you, yeah, by 3rd grade, they're making more prison beds based off of the test scores. That right there should have been enough for black people to declare, okay, you know what? Yeah, this is how it is. It's not just that, okay, well, let's just make sure you avoid that scheme. What nation gets to do that? What country gets to do that? That you still say that you're a proud member of or something like that and connected to? What's your worth? If that's just another systematic thing that you could just weave around, that doesn't have to be there, right? I'm judging the culture. I'm judging the situation. I'm judging as if I'm not a part of it. I'm judging as if me and my people are the most precious thing in my reality, no matter what social situation that I'm in, to see if the society is fit to have us, let alone, you know what I'm saying, if we can live up to the society standards or whatever. This is my perspective with it. If you're going to judge black people, you better judge this old bitch ass country, hoe ass hating nigga country just as hard, if not more.
What are these standards? Because I ain't seen a standard since I've been born. What are these standards?
I've been trying to see what the metric is, cuz for real. I just want to see what the metric of quality is that black people are supposed to hold themselves to.
And I'm not disagreeing. I believe that the standard and the metric, people want to hear what they want to hear. And if you don't do what they want you to do, something wrong with you. That's black, orange, green, purple, and I believe even striped people are doing that. And you see it across the too. Am I wrong?
Arpain, you on the clock?
Yeah, I'm on the clock. Yo,
I'm making wait for you to land, man. Come on.
Clear
for takeoff, Arpain.
I just think that a lot of folks are saying shit that it hasn't even been said on this panel. Even if I took Scam's example, everybody, you got to realize that, yeah, you meet people where they are, but your expectations are can you help them or not? But you can't get down in a hole with them and commiserate with them and help them at the same time. I disagree with that philosophy, right? You got to show them a path out, and maybe they might not work for them. Maybe they're too damaged for that to work. I thought one of the reasons why the promise schools failed is because they took a lot of disadvantaged kids and tried to put them in a curriculum that they weren't ready for, right? That's why those numbers were bad in some of those things, and they had a whole damn study about how those kids weren't reading that level. Well, you know why? Because they sent them home during the regular school hours to houses that maybe had no electricity, didn't have no parents to tell, did you do your homework, or all that kind of stuff. They should have had a program that was more conducive for the students that they had in the class. Maybe they should have had evening classes. Maybe they should have had Saturday teachers. They should have had all kinds of stuff to help those kids overcome their disadvantages at home. And so what I'm saying is they try to treat them like they treat somebody who has a full family, and that was a mistake. So I'm just saying, listen, I just say that we should have better expectations for ourselves. And when we find people who are not living up to those expectations, I'm not saying condemn them. You either help them if you can, and if they don't want to be helped, I think you should separate yourself from them, because we can't keep wasting our energy on people who don't want to be saved. And listen, everybody else had this shit. This is mine. So y'all gotta hold it. You gotta hold on, right? And so, and as far as America is concerned, we could say I'm past the America is all fucked up. I'm never gonna want to live anywhere else as opposed to this country, right? And I'm black. I'm not gonna sit around saying how fucked up this place is. When all my uncles and fathers fought in wars and shit, my father, uncles, and everybody fought in wars for this place. And, I paid taxes for my whole adult fucking life. I'm going to be, whatever America has to offer, and if the only thing I'm entitled to is to pursue my happiness and my kids to pursue their happiness and their freedom, that's what they owe us. The pursuit of everything that the Declaration of Independence said, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's what they owe us. Everything else is on us. I just can't keep going back and saying how fucked up it is, man. I've seen a lot of shit over the years. I'm no miracle, man. We're all here where we are, and I'm landed here based on the choices that we've made. All of us. Do some inventory. Maybe everybody's up here because we made more good choices than fucked up ones, and the bad ones we made sure there were things that we could come back from, and that's why we're here. And that's why I just think it makes it simplified, but that's the way I look at things.
I had a quick question for Arpain and something he said. Just want to make sure it's clear. When you're saying we can't get down there and help those people or go and get them out the hole, are you saying get down with them as far as understanding, or are you talking about get down there as far as actions? I'm trying to get what you're saying.
Getting down there and being sympathetic as opposed to being empathetic. That's the difference I see. Being sympathetic is getting down there and wallowing in the mud with them and say, I understand you while you're here, as opposed to being empathetic and say, I see you down there. Here's my hand. Let me pull you out of the hole.
I think they both kind of got to run together. If
Well,
you don't, okay, if you don't acknowledge, let me say it.
I know what you're talking about, Scam. I got you.
You just telling them they need to be better.
I got you too.
Versus acknowledging, hey, I see you have a problem. Hey, I get it. And honestly, the truth is, I was born in Philadelphia. If I was born 3 beds to the left or 1 to the north, I'd have been right there in that same hole with them.
I know where you're coming from. I got you. I got you.
So what you just said, Skim, is what I was going to point to. It's also a bit of luck in there, Arpan. Like,
or
for me
blessing.
to still, bless, however you want to call it. I'm not saying to not call it a blessing or luck. For me to still be where I'm at, it's 2 other places I could have easily been the way that I was running around. It's luck. And so if I'm somewhere based off of luck, again, it's then hard for me. And I think the part, and I'm not saying this is what you guys do, but I think a lot of people do this, is then hard for me to then turn around and look at people where I came from and go, well, I made it out while you can't. And I literally am here off. Now, I'm not going to say it's 100% off of luck because I did make decision. I made the decision to get out of there and join the military, et cetera, et cetera. But I think it's also stuff that goes along with that as far as me being mentally different than a lot of people, mentally stronger, et cetera, et cetera. Me being raised by my dad, all of this stuff. But it's hard for me. So say like, if you caught me when I was wild, Arpan, right? And you were talking to me, I think the hardest part for us to connect would be like the upbringing, right? So if I'm talking to somebody and they're just telling me, oh, you can do that, that's fine. But if I'm explaining to you that I was raised in the 90s, where they literally, that's when metal detectors were entered into the schools. That ain't even nothing that you can understand because you've never been through that. And so I'm going through stuff like when I was 16, 17, I had more dead friends than my dad ever had. Like, that's just what it was. I wasn't hanging posters, I was hanging obituaries. And so a lot of times when people are talking, they don't even understand who they're talking to and what that person is or had. Like, I'm 42, I'm in HVAC school right now. I had to call off of school yesterday to go to a graduation. The lady looked at the list and said, well, I'm going through my bad list and you aren't on there. That is literally the first time in my life that that's happened to me. I've always been on the bad list. Kindergarten through 12. And so it takes me to get up into my 40s to now I can go back to school and function like and I probably could have done a little earlier. I'm just saying I did it now, so I know I can do it now. But I'm straight A's in the school I am right now. You get what I'm saying? But I'm also removed from that environment that I was raised in, where my friends was literally losing their lives, and I had to show up to school the next day, and they wondering why I'm up there acting a fool. And so I think a lot of times when we see how some of these people act, the reason why I say the grace thing, and I agree with you too, Arcane, like some people, if they're just showing they ain't never gonna change, it's a waste of time. There's people out there like that. But even those people, there's a reason that they're like that. And so again, I'm not gonna say that you should, fight to the death to try to change that person, because some people just ain't gonna change. It is what it is. But I think my problem is when I hear people speak and they're wondering, I don't get why we do this. I don't get why we act this way. And I'm like, I come from a situation where I've seen the backstory of why these people act this way. And it ain't just as simple as black folks acting a fool. It's one of my good friends that I grew up with. His mama literally used to hoe across the street from where I lived. And that's what he was being raised by his whole life. You get what I'm saying? The homie up the street, his grandma and mama was cooking dope. That's what he was raised by. So then to come in and then talk to that young fella and be like, oh, you could be whatever. Why are you acting up in school? You could be, it's like, it's not going to connect. Cause it's like, hey, G, you not understanding what I'm going through. And so I think that I'll just land it there.
I liken it to the same reason as why Richard Pryor was so shocking. Right? People paid attention. The number one thing that people paid attention to with Richard Pryor was that, oh, he's cursing. Oh, he's cursing. He's profane. He's this and that. Hey, cuz he came up born in the game. Hoe house. You know what I'm saying? Mama hoeing, daddy pimping, grandmama a madam. What you expecting from? You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean that his critique of the social scape that everyone is in is any less accurate. It just might have a little bit more sting to it that a lot of people might not want to own up to. Yeah, I think again, that's why I asked when I first came on, what and that Scam is continuing to reiterate to us, there is no standard. So once the standard has been set, what is the standard? It can't be the society itself. It can't be nobody outside of our fucking community. And even if, let's say, we got to make it there to them in order to get to the American dream or whatever. What sets the standard? Why is that the standard? And why is that supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, ultimately beneficial to Black people as a community and a culture?
Let me help y'all out before we get started. We got about 10 minutes left. I need to say this because I want to give us a solution before we just rant and rave and complain. Here's the thing. When I was coming up, when I was at work, and I was just a regular worker, man. And one day I finally got a promotion from my boss as a supervisor, second shift. And the first thing he told me, he said, "It's time for you to find your replacement." I said, "I just got the job today, man." You know what I'm saying? What is it all about? He said, "Let me explain something to you." He said, when you work in business, the idea is to find somebody to replace you. That's your whole job. So what I learned from that is that whenever you have a project that you have to work on as a group, they always assign it to certain people on a certain level. Well, his job was to find somebody on the next level to pull up. It just so happened to be me this time. So when those particular guys on that particular level pull me up, they let me know what the next assignment was. It's to identify the next person, pull that person up. But while you're doing that, you still have to learn what you have to learn. So in essence, what I learned was this is how businesses are built. It's built horizontally, everybody on the same line, and then you go vertical, and then you pull up the next person. It's a whole lot easier to reach down and pull somebody at one level next to yours, and then you teach them whatever else they need to teach so you can find the next person. So what happens is the next level that's up, that was where the supervisors were the managers. Well, guess what? Those managers were looking to identify the next manager, so they reached down into the pool of the supervisors and pulled those guys up. What we have to learn how to do as a people is to go horizontal first, then go down vertical, and then pull up the next person up, horizontal again, and then go vertical. That's the only way you do it. I can give you another example how that happens. If you look at in the Hispanic community, what they'll do is they'll all cram up into one house. You see what I'm saying? They'll fix that house up, then they'll save up all their money, go look for another house, and then build that one up. And then for long, everybody got their own house. Then they continue until they start having rental property. That's how they start building businesses. So when I hear and I see other people do things, it's not the fact that we can't do it, because we used to do it. You know, in the 60s and 70s and 40s and 50s, we used to do it. We went horizontal and then we went vertical. And I think somewhere along the line, we forgot how to do that. So that's the main reason I want to make sure I put that out there. Instead of us complaining, I wanted us to give us a little bit of an idea of what we should be doing to give us a playbook, instead of showing up every week and every day without having something to do. You see what I'm saying? Because it makes it difficult.
What kept us horizontal was a cultural connection, though.
Right.
That's what kept us horizontal, was when we acknowledged that we have objective factors against all of us,
right,
due to the skin color. We stopped telling ourselves that,
right,
and we stopped fortifying ourselves against those objectives.
You know what messed it up? When we got certain people that got to a certain level, and somewhere they stopped looking back.
Yeah.
Instead of keep going. The issue is to keep going. You see what I'm saying?
I remember the issue was to keep going, but what Black people don't always suffer from, that they never really tackle.
Have this thing called a mind is a terrible thing to waste, you know? And out of that, it birthed this Cosby thing, people going to college, that type of thing. That thing builds on top of itself, but we can't stop. That makes sense.
It only stops because that becomes your new value. Your people no longer become your value. Your social connectivity to your people is no longer your value. Now that you're up in here with the alabasterans, if you will, now that becomes your
New
qualitative
score.
states.
Right.
That becomes what you measure your own people by. If you read France Fanon, Black Bourgeoisie, they talked about that was what they actually ran into in those times. Those Black people becoming, you take yourself to the higher echelon of overall society, but then you grow to a point to where you're no longer connected to your people, and now you're holding your people at these societal elevated societal standards.
But brother, we're not even there yet as a regular. We all regular people in America. We're not even there yet on any elementary level. We gotten to a point so much today that we ain't connecting on nothing.
Coach, what I'm saying
is this, right? And you asked a great question, right? Because you said, when do you hold America? When I realized America was standing in my way from just being this, have this American dream, I told myself years ago that I'll never be a nigga in America again. I'm going to take advantage if I got to, and I ain't talking about stealing literally, whatever I got to do to bypass dark obstacles in front of me, I'm going to do it. If I got to go help 500 people, teach them how to farm instead of just giving them fish, I'm going to do it. I spent my whole life trying to get young men who've been in the prison system, felonies, getting out, crying, saying, listen, now is your time to go and take back everything that was taken from you. You've already lived through the worst. I ain't talking about just because somebody had a feelings hurt or a girl done broke their heart, or boy. I'm talking about people who've been subjugated, lied on, placed in penitentiaries for years, coming back out, trying to figure it out. The worst they did, listen,
go ahead.
Hold up. I always meet them where they are. But this is what I'm saying. When the person's in that, yes, you got to go down there and say, hey, man, I understand where you are. However, you survived it. Now, there are ways that, and it ain't no, and see, we look at life like, oh, I'm supposed to be doing, no, life is not a sprint. Sometimes my shit happened 5 and 10, 20 years down the road, but you can never make excuses on why you can't continue to prepare for that space in your life. Because everybody wake up at fucking 45 years old. Everybody. And then you look back on your own life and be like, I wasted a lot of time. Women do it, and then they realize, okay, you niggas is bullshit. Men do it, they realize, oh, the women are on some shit. So what are you gonna do in that time? Are you ready to stand as a man and face the world? America owes you a lot. Go get everything. Tommy do it. He going to HVAC. Go get all the skills they got. America owes you a lot, right? Go and stand up and reach out and help those that are looking at you saying you ain't shit. Is all I'm saying.
Hold on a second. We got to come up on a hard stop, man. We're going to go ahead and continue this on the after show. We got to come to a hard stop. Make sure you guys hit on the link in the back channel, guys. We're going to come right back. Black man, we finna get ready to get up out of here.
Yes, sir. Sure yes, sir. Hey, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for coming out tonight, man. We're about to go over to the next show, which is the After Hours Barbershop After Hours show, which is titled "There Is No Standard in the Black Community." And we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna continue the conversation because Scam likely brought it up, broke his son. So if y'all go in the private chat, y'all see the link, and y'all go ahead and click on that link, and we're going over there, and we'll see y'all in a few minutes. Appreciate y'all.
That'll work.
I'm